These are certain things you got to keep doing with ma'am. The little nudge, the little push, the little reminders. All the same.
So first it is the message, and then if need be, call.
To joining so that by 6 we can start. Usually it's like that. And I can see everybody's coming in.
Let me send a message to Bushra also. Please join. Yeah. Hi, Bushra. Unmute, unmute, unmute. Bushra.
Same old challenge.
Ah.
कैसी है मैम? ठीक है, बहुत
अरे
अच्छा लगा after so long.
yes. अब आपको
Ma'am,
अपना
I'm in
रेगुलर टीचर
Multan.
करना है.
I'm in Multan, far away from Lahore, and
Okay.
I was in the training. I requested them to please give me an off 1 hour beforehand because I have to meet my old friends, to whom with I have cherished a lot, and they made me free. Very nice of them, and I came to the hotel and I did all the setup. So with you all.
And
Father,
Geeta is, it's a small world after all. So Geeta turns out to be from Fagwana. We met online. We met
okay.
online, but her childhood, I believe, was in Fagwana, the same city where my school is.
Oh, great.
My family are
Family.
from Fagwana. Yeah, I was actually
Okay.
born. I was born in East London, so made
Oh,
made in
roots.
India, but born in England. So
That's a good one. That's a real good
Great.
one. Uh, I'll take it.
My father, he migrated from Indian Punjab, from Kapurthala.
Very close. So our
Yeah.
district is Kapurthala.
Okay.
yeah,
Your district is
yeah, and
Kapurthala.
similarly, my father migrated from what is Pakistan to India, Punjab, because
Ah,
he was born in Faisalabad.
Faisalabad.
ah, okay,
The then
okay.
Loyalpur.
Yes, Lailpur. Then, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Loyalpur. Yeah.
Bushra ma'am, it's great to see you after so long.
Yes,
There's
Swati ji. I'm so happy. Honestly, one of the perk was joining this. Ma'am Paranjeet asked me, would you be joining? मैंने बगैर सोचे समझे बोला, yes, I'll be
yes.
joining. मैंने कहा, at
Like,
least
where
we'll
were
get the
you?
chance. When you're bound, you get the chance
No,
to
no,
see your
my fault. I should have called her earlier and made part of this, which we are going to have. So 2 minutes to go. Ayappa sir, love you there. Thank you so much for being there always.
yeah.
This
I
platform
think
is always like a reunion place for us. Everybody is
So very
we
right.
look
So
forward
very
to
right.
this day so that we meet everybody again.
Yeah.
I'm calling Samar sir.
Let me switch on some lights. मेरी शक्ल तो नजर आए सबको जरा अच्छी अच्छी.
Ma'am, बगैर lights के भी you are shining always brightly. There is Samar sir also very
Ah,
Hi,
hi
hello
Samar.
everyone.
So happy
Hi,
to see you, Samar.
always a pleasure to be back in the family. And this is
yes.
one occasion that I keep waiting for the entire month. So all good. Very happy to
That's
join.
Yes, thank you so much for joining. So 1 minute to go. Maybe Amandeep sir, you can look into and start sharing the screen. We start dot at 6. Hi, Charu.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Women are always conscious. Oh, over the period of 1 year, ma'am, I have turned dadi as well.
Ah,
Oh,
that's a good. Congratulations, sweetheart.
Yes, thank you so much. तो
It's a
अभी किसी ने
promotion.
मेरी तारीफ की तो मैंने कहा हाँ चाहे दादी बन जाओ नानी बन जाओ बट दिखने में अच्छा दिखना बहुत जरूरी है.
The nannies and daddies have their own charm. So, is it sixth? Who will confirm?
It's 6, ma'am. Dot 6.
it's
Okay.
6.
Um, so, good morning, good evening, and namaste from India, and right now from Princeton, also where I am. It's always a pleasure to meet the family and be in the family. Thank you so much, my beloved educators. Thank you so much, Partners for Peace. Thank you, everybody associated with Rise Up for Peace who have joined in. It's a pleasure, it's an honor, and it's an opportunity to work together for a cause. And the cause is none other but to rise up for peace. This is Dialogue 7, and today is 29th of June, and we are so, so happy to have all of you in this session. Moving on, the first thing which I normally do is to invite Samat sir. Yes, can we have the next slide, please? To invite Samat sir to take over as the moderator of the day.
No, not at all, ma'am. And, it's always a pleasure to be here. And I think now, there are no Samarth sirs and all. I think we all know each other very well. We should now give each other nicknames. So I think that would be good. But
Yes, Samat.
anyway, very happy to be here with all of you. And I have some very interesting updates to share also
Yes.
from this month.
Mhm.
First of all, a warm welcome to the new members who have joined in. I believe there are some new educators and educational leaders who have joined hands this month. And a warm welcome to all of you for the family. Uh, Over the last, I would say, 5, 6 months since this program started, actually, we are now in the fifth or sixth month. We started in February. Uh, but a lot has happened over the last 5 months, and we every month we do this recap. But this month has been particularly special, I would say, in terms of the outreach and the visibility that we have been able to achieve together. And it is all thanks to the work, the efforts that your students, your young people, and all of you as educational leaders have put in. So, first things first, I know that this was all happening despite the summer break, but still, massive engagement. Thank you so much for joining hands for mental health as an issue, which was the spotlight theme for this month. And through yoga, through different, artwork activities, different videos, so many videos, we have this month. And also the song that the lovely girl from the Army Public School, Bias, put up, that was there. Plus a lot of work around mental health that all of you have done. I know separate initiatives have also happened in certain schools and between certain young people, which is all very welcome. And also a huge thank you for this sudden, I would say, a sudden request that came in, which was for the World Drug Day, 26, 27 June. It is called the World Drug Day, but it actually carries on for the entire month. That is our, that is the way we work. So all of the work will be showcased at some stage. We have already started doing that. The amazing work that young people have done on UNODC platforms, but all of that is being showcased in different ways. Now, very quickly, I will say that this month we also launched a newsletter, which was, of course, every month we have a joint Rise Up for Peace newsletter that comes out of KNPS, and it's a joint sort of a venture. but even internally for the UNODC, I would say, UNODC and UN entities and government stakeholders, we came out with a newsletter which was more, emailer of sorts, more interactive, more visual, and all of that newsletter went places. It went to the permanent missions, it went to the foreign diplomatic missions, it went to the government stakeholders, it went across the UN entities, including the UN Youth Affairs Office. And I'm very happy to say that the work that all of you have done, the work that was reflected there, and even otherwise, has received tremendous feedback. We have had people, even new members of parliament who have joined in, some of the new government stakeholders who have joined in. They are all saying that, we want to join hands. So we are getting a lot of requests, and we are just finding a way of how do we accommodate all of this. And all credit goes to you. And this is happening, of course, despite the summer break, which is why a huge thanks to all of you. Now, this month, we could not do a in-person roundtable that we are planning with different educational institutions across the country in India because, of our own constraints. The in-person activities around educators are happening in India. So this month, they couldn't happen because of the summer break. But from next month onwards, they are already lined up, and we also invite you in case you want to plan something in your school, and if you want to join hands, we would be very happy to consider and do something together there. Otherwise, you saw there was a set of messages. Actually, when I was saying that new stakeholders joined hands, we had these two Indian celebrities who came forward on their own volition. They said that, hey, this is something very interesting and we would like to join hands. So what we did with them was we had a set of videos, from them on the World Drug Day. But a surprise, they have also endorsed Rise Up for Peace in a set of two other videos that they have done for us, which we hope to, release in August, which is the World Youth Day. And I think that would be a more momentous occasion where we can have that celebrity endorsement for Rise Up for Peace coming in. So we have the Indian film actor Sunil Shetty and Miss Saina Nehwal, who is the badminton champion, a sports a woman, an Olympian, and they have really endorsed the cause of educators. And already on drugs, it's going places. We have different, again, very different sort of visibility coming with them. Even the external missions, the diplomatic missions, we are very happy. And I'm sure they'll be extremely thrilled, and we'll have a very useful product when we actually showcase this in August on the World Youth Day. So I will be sharing those videos again with you. And I'm sure you'll find it. It's a very heartwarming message, and I'm sure you will like them. Besides that, a lot of virtual activities and hybrid activities took place. Thank you to Mr. Ayyappa Rajji, who we had a fantastic session with the Sri Seshas International School in Tamil Nadu. Similarly, with many other schools, and of course, Dr. Sayogita Singh, who is joining us today, she also has sort of joined hands on different themes. And of course, all of you, each of you, you're all part of the family. So much work happening. We are showcasing it at different levels very strategically. Don't think if we don't tweet it out, it is not going places. We, of course, try to put out as much information as possible on our social media platforms. But whether it's through a newsletter, whether it's through a special email, sort of a feature that we send to our different counterparts, whether it's on the website, whether it's on the global platforms, whether it's in our briefings, they are always mentioned. So everything is being taken note of. Also, the yoga work that your students did, we actually shared it with the Ministry of Health during the Yoga Day celebrations and in the run-up to the World Drug Day, and it was widely received. I have received information that it may be, considered for wider dissemination under the Nasha Mukt Bharat campaign that the government of India is running. So all in all, a great opportunity for us to keep plugging. Again, one request to all of you, please, or let's also plan some in-person events in your school in partnership. I know some of the conversations around that are already going on with many of you in parallel, but we invite more suggestions, more ideas. And now, since the schools are opening and students may have a bit of time now in the next 3 months, let's have some creative, beyond artwork, if they can come up with some tech-related things, some social initiatives or networks or clubs that they can start, that would be excellent. So we are looking for those sort of things as well. And this is just a, suggestion. It's all in the activity books as well. The one last thing, I'll be very brief on this, is that from the highest levels at UNODC, which means our executive director, Ms. Gada Wali, she has taken a personal interest in this. She has been very, very, hooked on. She has been going to the permanent mission in Vienna, the permanent mission of India in the other countries, and actually showcasing some of this work there. From the top UNODC levels, we are, of course, pushing it extensively. But we also had UN India entities here, the UN other agencies who are there regularly being updated on this, and getting a lot of excellent feedback. So in the run up now, we are really hoping to join more hands, do more things. And with that, I'll conclude and I hand over the stage back to Paramjeet ma'am, who has been again an inspiration, and really looking forward to this session. Thank you also to the spotlight speakers for today. Very interesting theme, and we're really looking forward to take this up. Thank you.
Thank you, Samar. There's one more question, and that's the next slide for you.
Right. So why Rise Up for Peace? And I think now, having gone to different entities, I had a very interesting conversation recently with one of the state governments in India, who were more looking at rural areas. And the one thing that they said is that why this initiative? There are already so many initiatives going around, so many networks already there. But I said that there is only one network that I know that is completely focused on a very important, sensitive theme, which is peace education. How do we promote peace? How do we build students who are more receptive towards issues related to rule of law, peace, and the very important sensitive social themes, which are beyond environment, beyond the routine things that we do. The other thing why this Rise Up for Peace matters is because we are a group of international educators now. We have so many people from other countries, a very strong platform where exchange of good practices is happening, and it is being well documented. And the other thing is that most of it is coming from the heart. All of you who have joined in, the best part is the intent is very honest. The intent is there. It is a very honest initiative that we are doing. We are not saying that we want to change the world immediately with our action, or this network will change the world, but we will start a positive development, at least from our side. So the one key, I would say, strength that we have is honesty, and we really, really value that. The way you are coming forward, the way your students are really taking the initiative, and behind their initiative, we know the efforts that go in, and we deeply value that. So the intent is very honest. The last thing I'll conclude why this initiative is mattering more than ever now is that across the UN, across the government systems, increasingly that we are speaking to, the whole focus is how do we integrate youth around social development, around these social issues that we talk about. And these initiatives are very important. Even if you remove Rise Up for Peace, you will need another initiative like this to actually, we need an educational initiative on these things. So it really matters. And what we are trying to do is build bridges with policymakers as well. It is not completely an academic exercise. It's also youth empowerment. It's also activity giving. It's also showcasing. And it's also building bridges with policymakers. And the ultimate idea, as you all know, is mainstreaming this education on peace, SDG 16, justice, rule of law in the education curriculum. So a lot of good practices are already coming in from all of you, and we hope that this will be a trigger point, this initiative, when it concludes. I hope it never concludes, but when, at the end of the year, we hope that this will be a milestone for us, or a launching pad for a wider initiative, because this matters, as you all know. So that's why Rise Up for Peace is important, and thank you so much again.
Thank you. Thank you. We move on next. So once again, welcome and thanks a ton, Samath, for being a great mentor and always motivating us, and for those small little pats which you keep giving in the way you do it on social media, on LinkedIn, on on X, Facebook. Thank you so much for all that. And now the next speaker the spotlight speaker we have is Miss Bushra. Can we focus the presentation, please? First, and then we hire focus Bushra, ma'am. Amandeep, look into it. Anyways, so in this dialogue 7, we have Bushra, uh, and Bushra is a great friend of ours. She has been associated with the team for quite some time, and she's a global master trainer. Bushra is a woman with heart, a woman who has a passionate heart, who loves everybody, who's got a real sweet voice, caring, loving as she moves on. So she's part of the leadership core skills at the British Council, associated with British Council for quite some time. I think about 8 to 10 years, ever since we were there, we've been interacting. That's how our friendship is. And she's also a UN Tech SDGs ambassador, and she's also the ENO country coordinator. Thank you so much, Bushra, for being part of it. Part of this and joining us as the spotlight speaker today. I'm sure Amandeep sir would be sharing your presentation soon, and we can go ahead with it. Over to Bushra, dear.
Thank you so very much, Paramjeet ma'am. And I know I have 5 to 6 minutes, so I'll be very short and crisp. It's a very long topic, it's a very wide topic, but we need to be discussing it in our very way so that we can get the best out of each other. We all believe in collaborative working, but I must appreciate your leadership. You're a great mentor, a great leader, a great friend, not only from India, not from us, from Pakistan, but you're a global person. Honestly, it's not at all buttering. So, मैं पहले शुक्रिया अदा कर दूं. A great thank you for you and the whole team around whosoever is working for this Rise Up for Peace across the globe, including these little kids I can see in the screen. So, children, my introduction and my great friends is done by Paramjeet ma'am. This is Bushra Nisnakti from Pakistan. Salam from here. And a very sensitive topic, a very much needed topic is there with me. And this is very close to my heart as a mother, as a person, as a human, and as a teacher. And we need to, focus through some facts and figures. So if we talk globally, because we are about to speak about the young people, their mental health and challenges and solution. And by young people, we mean the people, those who are there in schools, colleges, and universities, because we're global teachers, so we are educated beyond the boundaries of our schools as well. Facts and figures says that currently we have a population across the globe 8.1 billion, which is a huge number if we consider it from the past. And out of this 8 billion, 2 billion people, they are the young people at the age from 10 to 24 years. And this 10 to 24 years makes the most of the young people's population in Asia, in which we people belong. And this is a very productive period, very sensitive period, and very important period, which is generally known as the formative period for the young people. It not only impacts the lives of the young people, but of course for the lives of those people and countries as well in which they people are residing. So keeping this very point, we need to focus what are the great challenges our children and our youth is facing, and what we as humans, as teachers, as individuals, we can do to address. Yes, Amandeep, next slide. So when we talk about the young people's mental health, so the anxiety and depression and the silent struggles our youth is pulling through makes most from the pressures they have to perform. Now, be it from the societal issues, be it from the education side, maybe it is a family issue. Some people, they are under the pressure because of the social media impact. It may be lack of coping mechanism in the surroundings they are moving through. Besides that, many other challenges they are there. and including those maybe the behaviors of the people through these different aspects, like the pressure they perform, or the social media, or lack of coping mechanism. So wherever the aspect they are moving through, the behaviors of the people which they are dealing through, that is very important. And in which, if their things they are considered at the point which the students they are basically want to identify, then that means they can perform and do best. But if they are being bullied, behaviors are different, of course that will be having a very high impact on the students or the children's performance. There is a very important quote which I would like to share, and it says, teach your children yourself. Teaching in a broader sense, इनकी upbringing के लिए. So teach your children yourself, lest the world teaches them, and then they become disaster for themselves and the world at large. Now, every child is moving and growing in their own context. Uh, Things may be different, things may be similar, many wheres everywhere, but surroundings and context they are different everywhere. Every child matter, every individual matters, but the surroundings and the behaviors of the people, those who are in their surroundings, that matters the most as well. Next slide, please. Many ideas when Samarth was sharing about different initiatives that have been taken since induction of this project. Many of the things they are already dealing with such programs, aspects, and components that can address these such anxiety and depression. But we as educators, what best we can do? Yes. Most important thing, educate your children yourself. I have just quoted that thing. Their mental health through curriculum. The Asian, I would say generally, yes, it's the talk of 2-3 decades back, and the time today is different. But the time we people were growing up, we were more focused on the numbers and the marks, so that we get more marks and get good job and get good money, XYZ. But now it's more and beyond that. So we need to focus on the curriculum. Is it addressing? We are teaching them the religious studies, the ethics, the human components, global citizenship. But whether we are getting the most out of it, is all the curriculum addressing their specific challenges they are pulling through? So there has to be some particular curriculum that addresses and that empowers children through education. And of course, having that curriculum is not the end. We need to educate the teachers today. Why to educate the teachers today? Why to train the teachers today? Because again, I would quote my very favorite, close to heart quote, that don't force your children to behave like you, because they're born in the time that is different from your time. So curriculum is very much there. We need to train the teacher. And of course, during the training, we need to empower those young people as well, through that extent that they become the precedent for the younger ones, those who will follow their generation, to follow their of course class. Next slide, please. Many we as teachers know that when we talk about the children's growth, so we always put them in a triangle, and we put the child on the top, the teacher on the right side, and the community on the left side. So without community, community support, we cannot achieve all these targets that can address a child's mental health and development. So parental involvement, community resources, and community involvement is really, really important. And mentorship program, I would broadly say that this program that I am sitting here, and Ma'am Paramjeet is very persistent worker who is running this program since many, many years. So such programs, they are basically the mentorship program. Those who are not giving or offering the mentorship to the teachers like us, but they are at the same time, they are very important for the young children, those who are sitting there in the group as well. they will be the different individual with different minds, with different practices. And of course, destigmatizing mental health. Don't um, label some child being having some issues in a specific way. So we need to involve and engage in all those practices that are happening. But yes, we know that if someone is having some challenges which are really really difficult to handle somewhere, so we need to put them in some specific treatment. Yes, please, next slide. I'm so sorry. Yes. So, mental health policies and advocacy in many countries of the world, that such policies they are institutionalized, and I'm sure in India, in Pakistan, and in many other parts of the world, governments they are more conscious. They have some rules and laws about the child protection, their mental health and safety, and not only in the schools but everywhere they move through. So we need to find out ways. If I have money, I have to support it through financial assistance. And if I can have words, I can speak, I need to support it in my very way. And empowering youth, मैं फिर कहूंगी ये जो बच्चे इस प्रोग्राम में इस वक्त the students who are sitting in this online session, they'll be more different students than the ones who are not attending. So this is basically the first step of their empowerment. They will be a different nation, they'll be a different generation, and inshallah they will never let such efforts down. And thank you so very much, ma'am. Can we move to the next slide if we have time so we can conclude it? Rather, I have, yeah. Do we have time? Okay, right. So, yes, technology and mental health. Both technology, we've been talking about the technology and we have spoken about technology a lot during the Corona period, but we have get most benefits rather than its negative impact. And if we talk about handling and dealing the challenges that the youth is facing, I would say that technology has played a pivotal role in improving such conditions. Where some things they have their positive impacts, they have their negative ones. But we as educators, as parents, as community members, we need to sensitize the youth in a way so that they have the right knowledge, right information, to utilize the digital tools, and to be very specific when they come online. And all things they are very much at their verge, but the way they have to use that counts the most. So yes, please, next slide. Holistic approach to the well-being. A little while ago, Smarth was talking about that many programs, out of which he has spoken about yoga and many other things through art, through talking to each other, having such platforms, physical activities, sharing your ideas amongst each other. So, like such programs, they can help supporting a child's overall well-being. And of course, when their wants and needs they are addressed to the extent they want to, of course, their behaviors would be different. But if still the challenging situation they prevail, if they still prevail, if they still face the same challenge, we as elders around them, in the form of teachers, in the form of parents and community, we this is our very duty to address such things. And I'm very hopeful because we all are putting our very sincere best, and inshallah ta'ala we'll be having a different generation in the years to come. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bushra. It's always a pleasure to listen to you. Thank you very, very much. And now I'm so glad a message to you, and there you were with us. Thank you so much. We are indeed indebted for all that you do for us as
Thank
a
you.
team member. We have just 1 hour today because after that, all of us have to see the finals of cricket, and India is in the finals. So the next point, which is the so the next is the virtual art gallery. Now, this art gallery is on, it has got three main items: mental health and peace, poster makings. There are 213 responses. And then the board, Adobe Express AI posters. We have about 297 responses there, and peaceful places posters making. We've got 134 responses. Over to you for the virtual art gallery, please.
Greetings everyone. We welcome you all to the virtual art gallery of RiseUp4Peace Dialogue 7. First, we have Activity 6, Mental Health and Peace Poster Making. Flawlessly presented posters made by the students of Bal Bharati Public School, Delhi Public School, Varanasi. Followed by incredible work by the students of Funlish Language School, STS World School Village, Rajkumar. Vibrant posters made by the students of IECASD, Jos Prudencio Padilla, Columbia, followed by wonderful work by the students of Indirapuram Public School and Ved Vyas DAV Public School. Absolutely stunning work by the students of Salwar Junior School, Khalsa College of Education, Amritsar, Mansukh Bhai Kothari National School, Pune, and Sri Setash International Public School, Tamil Nadu. Vibrant work by the students of Kamala Nehru Public School. This time we have the thematic area Young People and Mental Health, Impact on Peace and Rule of Law. Absolutely stunning work by Community Middle School, USA. Fabulous work by Sri Venkateshwar International School. Incredible work by the students of BD Memorial Junior School, Kolkata, followed by Sarla Billa Gyan Jyoti, Guwahati, Assam. Absolutely stunning work by the students of Ratlam Public School, India. Next, we have Activity 7, Adobe Express AI posters, Young Hearts and Peaceful Mind. Wonderful work by the students of Army Public School, Beas, Bahal Bharati Public School, and BCM School, Ludhiana. Beautiful posters made by the students of Cambridge International School, Nakodar, Delhi Public School, Varanasi, and Funlish Language School, Kolkata. Beautiful posters made by the students of Guru Angad Senior Secondary School, Indirapuram Public School, and Khalsa College of Education. Elegantly designed AI posters by the students of Kamala Nehru Public School, Phagwara, Punjab, India. Every poster radiates positivity and hope. Absolutely stunning work by the students of Mount Abu Public School, Mansukh Bhai Kothari National School, and Ratlam Public School, India. Vibrant posters made by the students of Salwan Junior School, Sri Setash International Public School, Tamil Nadu, Sarla Billa Gyan Jyoti, Guwahati, Assam, and Sri Venkateshwar International School, followed by STS World School Village, Rajkumar. Absolutely stunning work by the students of VVDAV Public School, Delhi. Next, we have Activity 8, Peaceful Places Poster Making. Wonderful work done by the students of Kamala Nehru Public School, Phagwara, Punjab, India. poster making on peaceful places. Exceptional efforts by the students of Delhi Public School Varanasi, Salwal Junior School, New Delhi, STS World School, Village Rajpur. Beautiful posters made by the students of Funlish Language School, Indirapuram Public School, Ratlam Public School, India, and Sushila Birla Girls School, India. Flawlessly presented work by the students of Sri Venkateshwar International School, VAV Public School, Mount Abu Public School, Delhi. Thank you, everyone.
So thank you so much, Nisha. That was wonderful. And now we talk about the next activity, Breathe Peace, a family invitation to mindful wellness. We had 332 responses in this.
Upward rotation. As you inhale, bring them downward. Now the wrists would rotate with inward rotation. Second cycle, take it upward. As you inhale, bring it down.
My name is Siddhant Gupta. I study in 1B class. My school name is Salman Junior School. I live in India. I support Rise Up for Peace. Support Rise Up for Peace.
Deep breathing. Alternate nostril breathing. Deep breathe. Cooling breath. Victorious breathe.
So thank you so much. We could not showcase everything, so we just pick a few of them and showcase that, yes, we have a video which we will be sharing with all. So now is the time to invite our next spotlight speaker. She is Ms. Geeta Dheer, and she's BSc Science, Psychology, uh, PGCE, Goldsmiths College, University of London, MSc Education Psychology, University East London, special interest mind body approaches, therapeutic interventions, working with SEND students along with other students. Founder and creator of EEPSIG UK based organized online national conference for educational psychologists, has provided training support and consultation for a European university and school psychology service. Articles have been published in Baby London Winter 2013 and Spring 2014 edition and Yahoo Finance. Thank you so much, Geeta, for joining us, and it's over to you now.
Thank you so much, Paramjeet. I'm just seeing if I can screen share. Oh, I'm seeing something in my screen for some reason. Let's
He's
see.
spotlighted.
Yes, he is. It's saying sharing is paused. You'll need to go back to the window you were sharing. Right. I'm going to try again. Is it coming up?
Just a second before we confirm. Oh, yes.
Lovely. Right. So, namaste, sat sri akal, and hello. My name is Geeta Dheer, or in the UK, it'd be known as Geeta Deer. I trained as a teacher in the late 80s and later as an educational psychologist in the early 90s here in the UK. It's an absolute pleasure to present to you all today. More so since, as some of you may have heard, I have a family connection with Fargwara, and I still do. And my dad taught at the local college. So thank you so much, Paramjeet, for this. It's really, wonderful. Right. So for today's mini presentation, I will draw on articles that I have come across, as well as my own experience over 3 decades, which has included a focus in areas such as learning difficulties, social, emotional, and mental health issues, hate crime, domestic violence, community cohesion, and child and family work. So quite a, few areas of focus. I work with children from birth to 25, and today, we'll be thinking of young people within that age range. So what I'd like you to just think about, do you think that there is a clear relationship between mental health, community stability, crime rates, and adherence to the rule of law? You might want to put in the chat a Y for yes, an N for no, or a U for unsure. And what I am going to do today is I'm going to make the assertion, so that means I'm going to say very strongly that mental health is a building block for peace. So mental health, what is it? We all keep using the term. I have picked up on the World Health Organization's definition, although even I would have a few things to say about it. It includes a reference to a state of well-being. What does that mean? It also refers to individual realization of their own abilities. So an individual is able to realize their own abilities, whatever that may be. It also talks about being an ability to cope with normal stresses of life. And again, normal stresses of life in one country may be very different to the normal stresses of life in another country. For example, I know the heat wave in north of India, I don't know how people here in the UK would survive. So the sort of definition of well-being also includes being able to work productively and fruitfully. Although I do know that there are people now talking about not only about productively, but about fulfillment. work should be fulfilling as well. And also, well-being means able to make a contribution to the community. Often I have come across a way of looking at a young person's difficulty. So people sort of tend to come to me, and unfortunately they will think that the problems lie within the young person. Some of you young people who are here joining us, you may have experienced some of that, and hopefully you haven't. But if we look at it, there's a field called epigenetics, and you can look it up, Google it later. We know that there are external factors that can have a big impact, a big effect on a young person's development. So, as has already been mentioned earlier on in the presentations today, currently in the world, there is a state of what's known as polycrisis, which means there's lots of different things going on, big things going on in the world. So we've got the fallout from COVID-19, we've got wars going on in the world. People are having to deal with the cost of living, and there is, as Bushra so beautifully put, an increase in mental health issues, which include anxiety, depression, and loneliness. There are also issues around climate change and something called eco-anxiety. So we'll worry about climate change and what they may do to the planet. There's displacement from home due to climate and war. And there are equality, equity, and diversity issues. Again, these are all buzzwords that everyone's using, and we really need to have a proper understanding of what it means. This is in addition to any sort of local family and school matters that a young person might be having. So actually the context can contribute to a high degree of uncertainty and anxiety for the young person. And we, as educators, we need to be mindful of this, not only to understand the current environment that the young person is facing, but also how this may affect their development in the future. Now, this whole interrelationship between mental health, peace building, and the rule of law is a vast and complex topic, as this little map shows. And this is just to illustrate that we really are looking at a complex set of interrelationships. And so the rest of this presentation hopefully will be a gentle introduction to this area. Oh, and somehow it has got stuck. So there we are. I just want to acknowledge the UN's involvement in this because, you know, this organization is providing global support, and that's why we are here today as part of, you know, this dialogue. So what happens when there are youth mental health issues? So when there are youth mental health issues, we see an increase in aggression, violence, and social withdrawal. We also see an increase in conflict. And we also see an increase in criminal behavior, which can in turn lead to an increase in non-compliance, that's not cooperating with the law and regulations. And these are things that are mentioned, for example, in the World Health Organization 2021 report and the Global Coalition for Youth Mental Health, the UNICEF document. I have also seen this in my work too. So I'm going to sort of connect some of the dots, and I will make, as I said before, a strong statement that mental health is a foundation for personal and community peace. It can lead to resilient communities. That means strong communities, social cohesion, so people getting along, and collective action, so people working together towards common goals and aims, as well as an increase in conflict resolution. That means we're able to sort out disagreements and different points of view much more easily, and empathy, and we're able to understand someone else's point of view. We may not agree with it, but we understand it. We can be bold and say that improved mental health leads to better peace outcomes. So on this diagram here, you can see that the arrows are going all the way down. So good mental health could lead to global peace and can lead to conflict resolution. But I would say that the arrows can go the other way as well. So conflict issues can make global peace difficult and can lead to poor mental health. So in order to actually help this system of developing healthy mental health, we need to have integration with education. And again, you know, Bushra has already mentioned some of the things that can be done. I'll just repeat again that it will require things like good systems for early identification, school and community-based mental health programs, support from the community and parents and carers, and also that whole idea and action of peace building to be actually a very clear idea in the teaching, as well as lots of collaboration and co-creating. Now, connecting the dots further, let's take a slightly deeper look into this relationship. So I'm going to mention something from the UK and then tie it in with India. So a report published after 2022 by the Centre of Justice and Innovation here in the UK found that children with special educational needs and disabilities are hugely overrepresented at all points of the criminal justice system. We have too many children with special educational needs and disabilities in the criminal justice system. So SEND stands for Special Educational Needs and Disability. Evidence actually suggests that 70 to 90% of children in the justice system have some form of special educational need. Now, some of these needs are things like ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Some of you young people may have also heard of that. Autism, literacy difficulties, and hearing impairment. Whilst in India, someone called Tiwari in 2021 gave an overview of this actual relationship, stating that studies show that as many as 70% of youth who come into contact with the juvenile justice system have diagnosable mental health issues, including what Tiwari classes as externalizing disorders such as ADHD and substance abuse, so that will include taking drugs, alcohol, as well as internalizing disorders such as anxiety and mood disorders. So it's a big issue. And if we look further along into the prison system, ABI, I will explain what that stands for. It's acquired brain injury. And when we look further along to the prison system, among prisoners in the UK, the amount of people in the prison system who have a history of ABI is up to 60%. And that actually is being mirrored in the world, in the populations of, exactly. I was like, when I was reading, I was like, wow. So with prevalence rates in prison populations around the world ranging from 40 to over 80%. That's food for thought there. So I've got a little diagram here, and listening to what Samarth is saying, this stuff is already happening from what I can see. So this requires the government, and actually any government, I've put India's perspective there, but actually it could be any country's perspective, that a government needs to invest in mental health services, really, you know, be clear about integrating mental health and well-being into public policy, such as in education and health. And obviously that needs to include international cooperation, because no country is really on its own. So what I'd like you now to really think about is the future begins now. So if you could just take a minute, please, to just think to yourself, 10 years from now, whether you're an educator or a student, what do you think the future will look like if nothing is done to help the youth? Have a think. And now I'd like you to just have a think. 10 years from now, what do you hope the future will look like if youth mental health, the impact of peace, and the rule of law is addressed now? I can actually see already the beginnings of this work being done with the lovely work that has been showcased today, which is, really, it's very heartwarming. I just want to remind us all again, and this is particularly for you students there, what is important to remember is the student is at the center of all of this. Often things are done to or for the young person. And in the busyness of everything, we forget that the young person has a voice. So all you lovely young people out there, if you ever feel that you're struggling or whatever, remember you have a voice and tell your lovely teachers that you need help. I'd like to finish off with Benjamin Franklin, who sums this up very nicely. The student voice: tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn. So on that note, thank you very much.
Thank you, Geeta. It was marvelous. I love the AI you used there because that's what we are promoting our children to make some AI posters also. And there you were with lots of AI. Thank you so much. And it was marvelous. We just loved every wee bit of it. It was enlightening. You have really put in lots of statistics, lots of research has gone in. Thank you so much. I'm sure this was a very small time we could give you, and we would have a bigger session for you, for our students of different schools of RiseUp4Peace group. We will definitely be inviting you again.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, so we move on to the next. The next activity is Voices for Peaceful Minds, and there are 330 responses for this.
My name is Aima Sheikh and I am from Shushila Billa Girls School, India. In my opinion, expressing my positive and negative emotions is very important for my personal growth. Sharing these feelings with trusted friends, family, or teachers has helped me in several ways. It helps me find solutions to problems just like solving a puzzle together.
Hello everyone, I'm Pahul studying grade 11th in Cambridge International School, Nakoda. I'm from India and I support Rise Up for Peace. A self-care practice that I prioritize when I'm struggling is letting my emotions out through a creative outlet. Expressful mediums are a wonderful way to externalize your thoughts when words feel elusive. Always remember that you can't pour from an empty cup. So never forget to take care of yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Zaina Mujib. I study in grade 3B. I am from Indrapuram Public School in Ghaziabad, India. I support Rise Up for Peace. Taking care of myself means making myself happy, changing my mood, relaxing my mind by doing things that I like the most, like reading storybooks, playing with my cousins, making crafts, visiting my grandparents, going for a vacation. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tarini. I'm in the 6th grade at Community Middle School, West Windsor, America. I commit to Rise Up for Peace because peace is what the world needs. Thank you.
My name is Hirat, studying in 8th standard from Cambridge International School in Nakoda. I'm from India and I support Rise Up for Peace. Today I will be talking about kindness towards those with mental health challenges. Being kind to those people with mental health issues is important because it includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It also affects how we think, feel, and act. It determines how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. Mental health is a serious topic.
Hi,
Salwan Junior School, India. I support Rise Up for Peace. Whenever help, I need help, my talk to Mama and share my concerns. Thank you.
Taking care of myself means not only to take care of our physical health but mental health as well. If we are psychologically and emotionally stable, then only we will be able to take care of our physical health. So every day I do practice of some yoga and free hand exercises to keep myself fit mentally and physically.
Hello everyone. I feel happy when I help others.
Our culture is essential to support those with mental health challenges by creating a safe and distraction-free environment. It is crucial to offer an open and non-judgmental space where they can share as much or as little as they are comfortable with. We shouldn't pressure them to discuss anything they aren't ready to share.
My name is Reed Sandhu and I come from India. I'm currently an 8th standard student at Cambridge International School and I support Rise Up for Peace. Today I will be talking about an important topic about self-care practices. When I'm worried or sad, I like to find peace by being left alone. To find peace, sometimes I have to be willing to lose communication with people, places, and things that create noise in my life. When I'm alone, I like
then we need to adapt. We need to adapt to the surrounding where we live in, to everyone with we are, and we should think positive. Thank you.
My name is Ibrahim and I support Rise Up for Peace. I think it's important to talk about how I feel because it helps me connect with others on a deeper level. When I share my emotions, I can better understand myself and let others understand me too. Plus, expressing my feelings helps relieve stress and promotes mental well-being. Remember, it's okay to be vulnerable. Talking about our feelings is a powerful.
Thank you so much. And over to the newsletter, please. This time, the number of pages has increased, 335 pages. Yes, please. Thank you so much to all the partners of peace for contributing in this, and thank you so much for Team KNPS for compiling them and putting up at one place. It's very, very thankful. It takes so much of time, I understand, but God bless you, Team KNPS, and every member of Rise Up for Peace for coming together for a cause, and that is SDG 16 and beyond Rise Up for Peace. So apart from this educators monthly dialogue, we have started with the students dialogue also. We had the second dialogue, which was on 8th of June. And moving on to the next dialogue, please, it is on, the next dialogue is on 6th of July, and the theme is digital citizenship and cybersecurity. And these are the same themes which are there in the concept note, and these are the same themes which are there for the month also. So we are moving on, and as we move ahead, let us discuss some of the activities of this month. Yes, please. So the theme is digital citizenship. Uh, as such for this month, and the first activity, remember there are about 10 to 12 choices, but we pick just a few of them and share it over here. So the first activity is cyber safety, comic creation. This is different. As you travel in this Rise of a Peace journey, your IT skills are being honed at the same time. So we've even mentioned which particular tools you can use. And then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and educators, if you have any issue when it comes to using these tools, we are always there. We help each other, we rise up together, and we can always have some sessions and classes for all these tools for your students, for your educators. So it's fake news, follies, handling cyberbully, using strong passwords, and so on. Moving to the activity number 2 is emoji cyber check. We thought, okay, let's check. Are we happy? Are we sad? Oh, it's strange for us. Or what is the our emoji for our experience and our journey? This is a survey and a feedback of Rise Up for Peace. Please do join it. Everybody can join this. Your parents can join. All educators, please do join it. Yes, your digital self-reflection, as we call it. Then comes activity number 3, that's create with Adobe Express generative AI cyber demon. Oh my God, lots of hacking going on, lots of phishing going on, all these things happening. So what is that cyber demon which you imagine? So create using AI. Yes, we move on. And this is the Cybersecurity Awareness Podcast. So, here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, educators, the children are supposed to speak on these, the detailed activities we're going to share, the time duration, everything we're going to share. But we have to remember that Flipgrid would not be there in the days to come. So, using the Flipgrid may not be possible. We have to upload all our voices on the YouTube and share the link in the Wakelet. The YouTube would be, it could be by the teachers and the educators and by the schools, and that link can be shared so that we can compile it up together. Some of the topics are mentioned over here. It's protect personal information, recognize online threats, and so on. Activity 5, moving on, is all about spread peace online. This is Rise Up for Peace poster activity. So these are the topics: hate speech, ignore the trolls, block the bullies. Remember, these topics are keeping in mind the theme of the month. So we go ahead with this, and the posters need to be prepared by us. Details, of course, in the PDF. Now, this is Minecraft digital citizenship creation. So create a world where digital citizenship is being offered. So this is the topic for Minecraft. We move on. And activity number 7 is something different, I believe. It is digital citizenship quiz. Now, this is fabulous. Everybody can participate. See, every time we could try to have something new, something creative, and and it takes some time to think and create these activities. But oh, we just love it. Anything for Rise Up for Peace, and we are 24/7 available for this project. So everybody can participate in this digital citizenship quiz. It's fabulous. Try it out. Yes, activity number 8. Again, it is different. It's AI learning to hack. Imagine a world where AI learns to hack. Everything is hacked. Your systems inside the houses are hacked. Your phones are hacked. Your laptops are hacked. Everything is hacked. Now, this is a new tool which we are using. This is Padlet. You don't have to download Padlet or anything, but you just have to click this link and write down, click the plus sign and write down your experience or your thoughts. This is a fabulous this thing experience you will have. To share some examples, we as educators of KNPS have mentioned certain points so that it could be an example for others. So everybody to please pen down. It could be your parents, it could be your family, it could be a community, it could be we the educators, and of course the students. The whole class, grade 12, can pen down what they feel. If AI hacks everything, if AI learns to hack, AI learns to create posters, AI learns to create presentation, AI learns to create songs. But if AI learns to hack, what would the world be like? So that's your expression, which you're going to write down. Yes, moving on. Next is activity 9. It's threat, slogan, AI threat. So slogan writing over here. So we write the slogan. The topic is given over there. On these topics, we write the slogan and we decorate it. Yes, moving on. It is, again, details would be in the PDF. Yes, moving on. Activity number 10, I believe, is all about e-newsletter cover design on digital citizenship and cybersecurity. Please, it's the same, the directions are just the same. Please go ahead with it. Moving on. Thank you so much for all these activities. So Rise Up for Peace, Way Forward is always Educators Monthly Dialogue Series. The way we had it today, we'll be having some teacher spotlight. We'll be having some educator spotlight over there. Then Youth Focus Interactive Dialogue 16. Just a minute. I have kids around. I need to close the door. A second, please.
Now it is truly a
Extremely sorry
youth-led
for that.
dialogue.
It's a holiday, and holidays are musty in March. It's fun. So anyway, so moving on, it will be podcast series on SDG 16, then roundtables to be hosted, as Samarth has already mentioned. And this is a collaborative journey, and UNODC, KNPS, education partners from all around the globe are part of this. And always remember, this is our education initiative, and each one of us own it. So be a proud owner of this education initiative. Moving on. Yes, it is call to action. We need to take some action, little action, small steps, but yes, keep moving. So the numbers of people who have registered and joined us is educators registered is 662, student registered is 31,606, schools and universities registered is 241, countries registered is 38. We would like that once you do the registration, please make sure the students' entries are there. I think we'll be in touch 1:1 so that we have more of us joining in for this. Thank you so much. That calls for an end, and all the best to India and South Africa. Let's see who's the winner, and additional details are here. And with this, we come to the official close of today's session. Thank you so much. Love you all. And we are a strong team. We work together, we fly together, we walk together, we conquer together, we experience together, and we are just one. Rise up for peace. Yes, Samarth, over to you in case you have the final word.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The sessions also today, I must congratulate Bushra ma'am and Dr. Dheer for the amazing presentations on mental health. Absolutely very revealing insights. And also, of course, the work that we have done over the last month, all of you, is clearly visible. And really, again, thanks to the KNPS team behind the scenes, for compiling all of this, which is a huge challenge. I just have a couple of things to tell you and share with you very quickly. One is that the focus on artwork, which is so amazing, handmade posters, we're seeing the use of AI and posters. And a lot of people have come to me and said that, how does this help? Drawing, painting, how is this helping? And I think the great thing that we are doing with Rise Up for Peace is a lot of tech and art integration that is happening simultaneously.
Yes.
The other thing that is very important is that students today who are exposed to all sorts of violence, risky behaviors, all sorts of negative influences around, they need to know that there are words like peace, there are words like empathy, there are words like justice, rule of law, harmony, unity, and all of that. We should not have discrimination. We should have inclusion. So these words, even these words, getting into students' minds matter because they are not getting exposed to this. And through art, when they are making it, when they are thinking about these things, it actually reflects in their work. So the idea is that we integrate SDG 16 related terms, themes, topics in the skills that students want to come up with. So whether it's art, whether it's public speaking, whether it's leadership, that's how they include. The other thing is about mental health. I have a very interesting story very quickly to share with all of you. I don't want to be a restriction between you and the match, which is going to be very exciting, but very quickly on mental health, Dr. Dheer and Bushra ma'am shared such revealing insights. We had an experience around mental health also because when we are going to schools and institutions together under Rise Up for Peace, we are doing a lot of sessions on mental health. And in one of the boarding schools that we work with very closely, after the session, I had a very young girl from about sixth standard or seventh standard coming to me and handing me a very small handwritten note. So I kept it in my pocket after the session and I went, my way. And we had the counselor, the teacher of the school running after me saying, "What did she write to you? Why was she trying to speak to you?" And I said that I don't know. I mean, I don't know her, but it was perhaps I had not even opened the note. So they said, "No, that girl never talks to anyone. She's so silent, so shy, so hesitant, and she never opens up with anyone. How does this happen?" So I think something we are doing right where students are coming to us. It was a very revealing note. She revealed, she talked about what she experiences and what she would like to contribute, how she would like to do something about mental health related themes. So it was very, very nice. So those sort of behavior changes are already happening in several young people. I'm sure all of you also note some of these things. So keep a track of it, and we would love to know such stories of how working with Rise Up for Peace, is sort of influencing or changing youth mindsets, if at all. So we would love to know about this. The other very quick thing, and this is for August. August 12th is going to be the Youth Day, which is going to be amazing. International Youth Day. We have requests from not only the headquarters in UNODC in Vienna, but also from New York that if we can do something around youth related stuff. A lot of agencies are going to do it, but I think as Rise Up for Peace, we have a very strong chance, very strong platform to do something great. So maybe if we can do a joint youth dialogue where we can have maybe a panel of about some select students from Rise Up for Peace, or we can figure out a way. But let's have an event on 12th day, maybe online or hybrid in some way. But we should do an International Youth Day event, which will get a lot of traction for everyone. And it will be very nice. So joint youth dialogue would be nice. And the other thing is again around policymakers. We are proposing to do a policymakers dialogue as well. We want to bring in some policymakers from India and even in your countries or states, the provinces that you are. If you know any policymakers, let's get them together for a dialogue with educators, with young people, where we can share some of these good practices and also tell them that, education on these themes matter. They are very important and they are already showing traction. So we will, of course, try and mobilize as many policymakers as we know from different areas, but we count on your support as well. And last thing on cyber, because this month will be on cyber. The UNODC cyber chief is usually also the UN cyber chief. I will try my best to have him on board for a dialogue with all of us so that we also get some great insights and they also get to know that, it is not something that is happening at high levels. It is actually reaching the people that matter, and young people are actually taking charge. So I'll try my best to get some great UN ODC or UN cyber experts for a dialogue, and let's see how that goes.
Okay, thank you so much, Samarth. I'm sure we will add some activities keeping the celebrations next month, International Youth Day. With this, I think we come to a close. We have taken, I believe, nearly 40 minutes extra, and so 1 hour is 1 hour plus the talking which we do goes on. We can go on forever. So thank you so much. Thank you, Samar. Thank you, Sandra. I see you. I loved your peace tracks. I'm sure we're going to meet soon next month here for sure. And thank you to everybody for joining. With this, I need to take leave. Thank you so much. If you want to continue, you all can go on for the conversation. But ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, I really need to go. Okay? Thank you so much, Samarth, and everybody over there. Thank you, Geeta. Thank you.